Understanding psychology helps us navigate life with more awareness and clarity. From cognitive science to emotional intelligence, we break down complex ideas into practical insights. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you never miss an opportunity to expand your mind. And if something in this video sparks your curiosity, share your thoughts below.
You argue with your partner? What if you could turn those fights into fruitful discussions that bring you closer together? Look no further for the ultimate guide to uncovering the secrets of conflict resolution in relationships. Before diving into the strategies, let's take a quick test. Reflect on your most recent argument with your partner and answer the following questions. 1. How did the argument start? 2. What emotions were involved? 3. How did each of you react? 4. How did the argument end? 5. How do you feel about the resolution? Keep your answers in mind as you read on. By the end of this article, you'll have the tools to understand and improve your conflict resolution skills. Understanding the roots of conflict. Why do we fight? Conflicts arise from differences in opinions, desires, and needs. When two people come together in a relationship, these differences are bound to surface. It's not the presence of conflict that's the issue, but how we handle it. The science of conflict. Studies show that couples who argue effectively are 10 times more likely to have a happy relationship than those who avoid addressing their disagreements. According to the Gottman Institute, the key is not to avoid conflict, but to manage it in a way that promotes growth. The emotional underpinnings. Conflict often stems from deeper emotional needs. For instance, a seemingly trivial argument about household chores might actually be about one partner feeling undervalued. Recognizing these underlying emotions is crucial in addressing the real issues. The art of communication. Listen to understand, not to respond. One of the primary lessons from Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People is the importance of listening. Most people listen with the intent to reply, not to understand. By truly listening, you can uncover the root cause of the conflict and address it effectively. Speak with empathy. Using empathetic language can transform the way conflicts unfold. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard when this happens." This shift reduces defensiveness and opens the door to constructive dialogue. Avoiding the blame game. Blame is a common but unproductive reaction during conflicts. Instead of blaming your partner, focus on expressing your feelings and needs. For example, "I feel stressed when I come home to a messy house," is more effective than, "You never clean up." Tools and techniques for resolution. The power of I statements. I statements are a cornerstone of non-confrontational communication. They help you express your feelings without accusing your partner, which can reduce defensiveness and promote understanding. For example, instead of saying, "You are always late," try, "I feel worried when you don't arrive on time." This subtle shift in language helps to take the blame out of the conversation, allowing your partner to hear your concerns without feeling attacked. Active listening. Active listening is an essential skill in conflict resolution. This involves fully concentrating, understanding, responding, and then remembering what is being said. When your partner speaks, focus on their words, tone, and body language. Avoid interrupting or planning your response while they are talking. Reflect back what you hear to ensure you understand correctly, such as, "It sounds like you're feeling upset because..." This not only validates their feelings, but also shows that you are genuinely engaged in resolving the issue. Finding common ground. Finding common ground is crucial in conflict resolution. It shifts the focus from winning the argument to solving the problem together. Identify shared goals and values, and use them as a foundation for your discussion. For instance, if both of you value spending quality time together, frame the discussion around how you can achieve this goal despite the current disagreement. Common ground fosters a sense of teamwork and shared purpose, making it easier to navigate conflicts. The magic of timeouts. Sometimes taking a break can be the best way to handle a heated argument. This allows both parties to cool down and gather their thoughts. Agree on a time to revisit the discussion, ensuring that the issue is addressed rather than swept under the rug. During the break, engage in calming activities such as taking a walk or practicing deep breathing. Timeouts help prevent escalation and allow for more rational and respectful communication when the discussion resumes. Using humor to diffuse tension. Humor, when used appropriately, can be a powerful tool in diffusing tension during conflicts. A lighthearted comment or a shared laugh can break the ice and reduce hostility. However, It's essential to ensure that the humor is not at the expense of your partner or the issue at hand. According to Dr. John Gottman, couples who use humor and affection during conflicts are more likely to stay together. Humor can remind you both of the love and connection that brought you together, making it easier to navigate disagreements. Setting clear boundaries. Healthy boundaries are crucial for any relationship. They ensure that both partners feel respected and valued. Discuss and agree on boundaries that work for both of you, and be willing to revisit and adjust them as needed. Boundaries might include agreeing not to shout during arguments or setting limits on certain topics during heated discussions. Clear boundaries provide a framework within which conflicts can be addressed constructively, preventing them from spiraling out of control. The role of compromise. Compromise is about finding a middle ground where both parties can feel satisfied. It's not about one person winning and the other losing, but about finding a solution that respects both partners' needs and desires. Practice giving and taking. Sometimes you might need to give a little more, and other times, your partner will. The willingness to compromise shows mutual respect and a commitment to the relationship. Mindfulness and emotional regulation. Mindfulness involves staying present and aware of your emotions without getting overwhelmed by them. Practicing mindfulness can help you stay calm and centered during conflicts, making it easier to respond rather than react. Techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or simply taking a moment to pause can help regulate emotions and prevent escalation. Emotional regulation allows you to approach conflicts with a clear mind and a calm demeanor, facilitating more productive discussions. Seeking professional help. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, conflicts can feel overwhelming and difficult to resolve on your own. Seeking help from a professional therapist or counselor can provide valuable insights and strategies tailored to your specific situation. Couples therapy can offer a neutral space to explore issues, improve communication, and strengthen your relationship. Don't hesitate to seek professional guidance if you feel stuck. It's a proactive step towards a healthier relationship. Applying insights from experts. Creating a safe space for dialogue. One of the key insights from Crucial Conversations by Carrie Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron McMillan, and Al Switzler is the importance of creating a safe space for dialogue. In any relationship, safety means that both partners feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and emotions without fear of judgment or retribution. When people feel safe, they are more likely to open up and engage in meaningful conversations. To create this safe space, start by setting ground rules for discussions. These might include agreeing not to interrupt each other, maintaining a respectful tone, and taking breaks if the conversation becomes too heated. Additionally, affirm your commitment to resolving the issue together. Statements like, "I want us to find a solution that works for both of us," can help reassure your partner of your intentions. Another aspect of creating safety is to watch for signs that your partner might be feeling unsafe. According to Patterson and his co-authors, signs of feeling unsafe include withdrawal, silence, or aggressive behavior. When you notice these signs, pause the conversation and address the safety concern. Ask open-ended questions to understand their feelings and reassure them of your commitment to a respectful dialogue. Staying in dialogue. Crucial Conversations also emphasizes the importance of staying in dialogue, even when the conversation becomes difficult. Often people either retreat into silence or resort to verbal aggression when faced with challenging discussions. Both reactions can derail productive communication. Staying in dialogue means remaining engaged and focused on the mutual purpose of the conversation. Keep the lines of communication open, even when emotions run high. Techniques such as mirroring, reflecting back what your partner is saying to show understanding, and labeling, naming the emotions you observe, can help keep the conversation on track. Moreover, focus on maintaining mutual respect. When respect is lost, conversations tend to break down. Remember to separate the person from the problem. You can disagree with your partner's viewpoint without disrespecting them as an individual. Maintaining respect fosters an environment where both parties feel valued and heard, focusing on what you really want. A powerful takeaway from Crucial Conversations is the idea of focusing on what you really want. During conflicts, it's easy to get sidetracked by emotions and lose sight of the underlying goals. Patterson and his co-authors suggest asking yourself 3 key questions. 1. What do I really want for myself? 2. What do I really want for my partner? 3. What do I really want for our relationship? Keeping these questions in mind helps steer the conversation towards positive outcomes and prevents it from devolving into petty arguments. For example, Instead of focusing on winning the argument about who forgot to pay the bill, shift the focus to the desire for mutual responsibility and better financial management in the relationship. The 5 love languages. Dr. Gary Chapman's concept of the 5 love languages offers valuable insights into how people express and receive love. Understanding your partner's primary love language, whether it's words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, or physical touch, can significantly enhance communication and conflict resolution. For instance, if your partner's love language is quality time, conflicts might arise if they feel neglected. Recognizing this, you can make a conscious effort to spend more meaningful time together, which can preemptively resolve many issues before they escalate. Similarly, if your love language is words of affirmation, clearly expressing your need for verbal appreciation can help your partner understand your perspective and reduce misunderstandings. Insights from Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie's timeless advice in How to Win Friends and Influence People can also be applied to conflict resolution in relationships. One of his key principles is to show genuine interest in others. In the context of a relationship, this means taking the time to understand your partner's feelings, needs, and perspectives. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of appreciation. Sincere appreciation can go a long way in resolving conflicts. Acknowledge the efforts and positive qualities of your partner, even during disagreements. Statements like, "I appreciate how hard you work for our family," can soften the tone of the conversation and remind both parties of their shared values and love. Another principle from Carnegie is to avoid criticism and condemnation. Instead of criticizing your partner for their mistakes, focus on constructive feedback. For example, instead of saying, "You always forget to do the dishes," try, "I would appreciate it if we could share the responsibility of doing the dishes." This approach reduces defensiveness and opens the door to cooperative problem solving. The role of empathy. Empathy is a critical component of effective conflict resolution. Renowned therapist Lori Gottlieb in her work often highlights the importance of empathy in relationships. Empathy involves putting yourself in your partner's shoes and understanding their emotions and viewpoints. Practicing empathy means actively listening to your partner without interrupting or judging. It involves acknowledging their feelings and validating their experiences. Statements like, "I can see how that situation made you feel upset," show that you understand and care about their emotions. Empathy builds a bridge of connection and trust, making it easier to resolve conflicts collaboratively. Emotional intelligence and conflict resolution. Emotional intelligence, EI, plays a significant role in conflict resolution. EI involves the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. Higher EI can lead to better communication, reduced conflict, and stronger relationships. Daniel Goleman, a leading expert on emotional intelligence, outlines several components of EI that are particularly relevant to conflict resolution. 1. Self-awareness. Recognize your own emotional triggers and understand how your emotions impact your behavior during conflicts. 2. Self-regulation. Manage your emotions and responses, especially during heated arguments. Techniques such as deep breathing and mindfulness can help maintain calmness. 3. Motivation. Stay focused on positive outcomes and the overall health of the relationship, rather than getting caught up in winning the argument. 4. Empathy. Understand and acknowledge your partner's feelings and perspectives. 5. Social skills. Communicate effectively, resolve conflicts amicably, and build stronger interpersonal connections. Practical application of expert insights. To integrate these expert insights into your relationship, start by practicing active listening and empathy in your daily interactions. Make a conscious effort to understand your partner's love language and incorporate it into your expressions of love and appreciation. During conflicts, create a safe space for dialogue by setting ground rules and maintaining mutual respect. Stay in dialogue, focusing on what you truly want for yourself, your partner, and the relationship. Apply emotional intelligence by being aware of your emotions and regulating them effectively. Finally, remember that conflict resolution is an ongoing process that requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to learn and grow together. By applying these expert insights, you can navigate conflicts with greater ease and foster a deeper, more fulfilling connection with your partner. Test answers revealed. Now that you've journeyed through the strategies and insights on conflict resolution, It's time to reflect on your quiz answers. Let's analyze each question and see how the new tools and techniques can transform your approach to conflicts. 1. How did the argument start? Conflicts often begin from a specific trigger, but the underlying issues are usually deeper. Think back to the start of your argument. Was it about a specific event, like forgetting to do a chore? Or was it a buildup of unresolved tensions? Understanding the trigger helps in addressing the root cause rather than just the surface issue. 2. What emotions were involved? Emotions play a crucial role in conflicts. Did you feel hurt, angry, or frustrated? Recognizing these emotions can help in managing them better. As discussed, practicing emotional intelligence involves acknowledging and regulating your emotions. This awareness allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. 3. How did each of you react? Reflect on your reactions. Did you use accusatory language or empathetic communication? Were you defensive or open to dialogue? Applying the tools such as I statements and active listening can significantly change the dynamics of your interactions. By focusing on your feelings and avoiding blame, you can create a more constructive conversation. 4. How did the argument end? The resolution of an argument often reveals how well you manage conflicts. Did it end with a mutual understanding or lingering resentment? Using techniques like finding common ground and taking timeouts can lead to more effective resolutions. If the argument ended unresolved, revisit the conversation with a calm mindset and the strategies you've learned. 5. How do you feel about the resolution? Your feelings about the resolution are indicators of the effectiveness of your conflict resolution skills. If you felt unsatisfied or misunderstood, it's a sign that more work is needed. Practice empathy and strive to understand your partner's perspective fully. Remember, the goal is not to win, but to reach a mutually satisfying solution. Analysis and insights. By examining your answers, you can see patterns in your conflict resolution approach. Here's how the insights from experts and the practical tools can address common issues. Triggers and root causes. Identifying the true cause behind conflicts helps in addressing the core issues. For example, if arguments frequently start over household chores, it might reflect deeper feelings of imbalance or lack of appreciation. Emotional management. Recognizing and regulating your emotions is vital. If anger or frustration often escalates conflicts, practicing mindfulness and emotional intelligence can help maintain calm and clarity. Communication style. Shifting from accusatory language to empathetic and respectful communication can transform conflicts. Instead of blaming your partner, express your feelings and needs clearly and constructively. Resolution effectiveness. Evaluating how conflicts end and your satisfaction with the resolution can highlight areas for improvement. Aim for resolutions that leave both partners feeling heard and valued. Moving forward, understanding your conflict patterns is the first step toward improvement. Use the insights and techniques from this article to approach conflicts differently. Practice active listening, empathetic communication, and emotional regulation. Create a safe space for dialogue and focus on what you truly want for your relationship. Conflict resolution is a skill that can be developed with patience and practice. By applying these strategies, you can transform conflicts into opportunities for deeper connection and lasting harmony in your relationship.
Psychology gives us the tools to understand ourselves and others. If you found today's insights valuable, hit subscribe and turn on notifications to keep learning. What are your thoughts on today's topic? Let's continue the conversation in the comments. Don't stop here. There's even more free value waiting for you. Click the link now.